this.
Recording in.
Fantastic. Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. I'm just going through my checks at the minute. Let me just see if I'm now live on all the platforms I plan to go live on today. I have issues. It seems to be as per Friday. I don't know why Zoom and Facebook don't always like each other. It just depends on the actual day. I am live in YouTube, which is great. Lara, I'll just be with you in a second. Let me just check if I'm live in the Soul Central Facebook group. And yeah, I appear to be live there. If you are live on Facebook, say hi. Let me know who you are, where you're tuning. I believe all the checks are great. And Lara, over to you. Happy Friday. How are you doing today?
I'm great, thanks, and you?
Yes, thanks ever so much for coming to my world, my space, Soul Central. You are an absolute key figure, I believe, in my life. And I just want to say thank you by way of giving you the Soul Central spotlight this Friday. We're going to take a deep dive into yourself, into your awesome work. I personally have had the pleasure. Oh, hi, Simone. How are you? Lovely to see you. Happy Friday. I've had the personal pleasure to work with you on so many ways and levels. And I think you've got so much to give to people out there in the world. And basically, this whole spotlight today is how to get back to your best version. It might be that you are not feeling on top of your game, even on top of your world, or you're just feeling a little bit meh. And I believe that Lara does have some unique strategies and ways in her work in order to bring out the best in you. So this is what the next half an hour will be. Lara, just to basically let everyone know, you know, who you are and what you do and your awesome services. And we've got a few questions we're going to go through together, which really do commonly come up in the space that you're in, but also you have a fantastic gift that you like to offer everyone who would like more about you at the end. So Lara, just again, thank you. A little bit about you. So, like, who is Lara Nani? You know, who are you exactly? Where do you come from? What's your story? We would love to hear more from you.
I'm originally from Italy.
Yes.
From an English mother. That's why I'm here. I follow her after a while.
Nice.
And I went into spirituality the day when I was always gifted. I found out that I was a healer at the age of 14, but only at the age of 28, when I came to live in the UK, I dived into the world of spirituality and the research of myself and who I was, what I was looking for, and that was an interesting journey. Obviously, like every journey, there are up and down. A lot of teaching was involved, and it's very important to learn from the teaching. So now with all the courses I did, I picked the one more important for me. And I'm working with energy work. I'm working with the Akashic records readers.
Nice.
I'm working with the chakras.
Yes.
I'm working with my guides. And it's like a pack all together that make things work. So I'm working with the chakras, and we have 7 main chakras.
Yeah.
And their energy they're like a vortex, and is rotated clockwise.
Yeah.
And but depends on what direction you look at it. Like my chakra is anti-clockwise, but if I look at you, it's clockwise.
Okay, interesting.
And they're like a cone coming out. And the main chakra we have, there are 7, but we have much more at the top and much more at the bottom. And also depends on the evolution of the soul. If the person is very high spiritual and is connected to the divine and is enlightened, go like 12 above and 12 underneath and all around. But let's say stay simple. So the chakras, we have the first chakra is very connected to Mother Earth.
Yeah.
And the color is red, that is connected to this chakra, is at the base of our spine, and is connected to the survival, to the sense of security and connection with the Mother Earth. And by connecting to Mother Earth, you bring up a lot of energy, a lot of positive energy from Mother Earth, and help you to get grounded. To be grounded helps to make things happening in life. That if you are up in the air too much connected to the divine, but you're not grounded, you're not practical. So it's very helping if we are nice and grounded to Mother Earth. Then we have the second chakra, and is based just underneath the navel, and that one is orange, and that one is connected to is connected to the sacral sexuality, creativity, and abundance, and is also very connected to our inner child and the creativity and spontaneity. So the inner child is more like our emotional side of the body, and is connected to all the experience we had when we were children, the way we discovered how the world was happening, depending on the people we had around, teachers and friends. And from there, we created our mindset and our bonds. And so even that one is very important, and it's very helpful to be connected to Mother Earth. Then we have the solar plexus, the third chakra, and the color of the solar plexus is yellow, and is responsible for the personal and professional success. And is connected with the element of fire. That is always also helping. Like very often when someone feels very insecure or is not on the right path, or is most of the time they have a stomach pain or burning in the stomach and so on. And to be able to make a nice balance with the solar plexus, you can be confident and cheerful and energetic, and is also very much balanced within the respect of what you have with yourself and what you have for others. And the self-value also is based on the solar plexus. Like if you feel like you're not good enough, you can feel it. Something is wrong in the solar plexus. If you feel insecure, is affecting the solar plexus chakra. So, and then at the fourth, we have the heart chakra, which is between the heart and the solar plexus, a little bit lower. And this is connected obviously to love and to communication love, and how much you love yourself and how much you love others, and how much the expression of love you have. And the color of the heart chakra is green, but very often the pink is also into the chakra. It's not into the teaching I've been giving, but through my healing, I see a lot of pink as well. So then we have the throat chakra. The color of the throat chakra is blue, and is connected to communication, and also self-communication and self-judgment, and judgment to the others, the judgment to life, judging what is wrong, what is right. And also the throat chakra is tended to control life. When you are very much into the ego, is from the chakra that you wanted to control life as much as you can to make things work out. Okay. If you're not able to surrender to the divine. Then we have the third eye, the indigo color, and that is connected to the vision of life. Or how can you see life, how you perceive life, and how can you actually see the goal you have in life, how to get there, and the guidance to be there. And to be able to have the right balance within the Ajna chakra, it helps you to be very calm and very confident that everything will work out. Even if it's at the moment you feel like it doesn't. Then we have the crown chakra, is a fuchsia, is connected to the divine. So when we are connected to the divine, we go this energy coming into our crown chakra and help and guide all the other chakra, help to create balance with the rest of the chakras. So to be able to have a balance within the chakras is very important to do meditation. Meditation help to have that break within the mind, where usually is full of thoughts. Because it usually is full of thoughts, the energy is not space for it to come in and able to make the balance within the chakras. So once you're connected to the divine and you go down into Mother Earth and then you go up again, you create this pillar of light. And this is an exercise that needed to be doing it daily.
Yes, yeah.
Also, what I found really, really important is becoming the observer of your own thoughts. So to become the observer of your thoughts is when you are able to observe your thoughts, and in between there is a silence, and is in that silence is when the spirit can express itself. When you are becoming the observer, you can see the mind creating thoughts that actually you are like, where did that come from? I can't believe it, that came from my mind, but it was sitting in your conscious mind. And when it comes out, if you are judging what is wrong or what is right, you actually feed in what is wrong or what is right. So when you are becoming the observer, it's very important you stay as neutral as possible without any judgment of your thoughts. So they just come and they just go. So to be able to, once you are doing the meditation and you do the pillar of light and you observe your mind, and then you manage to be able to see reality, that the illusion of life, that help you to be a better creator. Now my guides have said, what about self-love? Yes, self-love is very, very important. Self-acceptance is very important. Self-forgiveness. And also taking responsibilities of our emotion, not blaming others for how we feel. All this it's like a package, really. It's not one thing that needed to work on that. Okay, I'm working on the chakra and everything will work out. No, it's all together. It's the ego needed to learn its lessons and so on. If you see what I mean.
Yeah, there's so many moving parts to this work, and I think a lot of people, I think at least once, twice in their life. I'll hold that thought there. But hello to everyone who has joined. Just to let everyone know, you may not be able to see the lovely Lara's face today because I can't connect my Zoom and Facebook together. So you might be just seeing my face and hearing Lara. Lara is your spirit guide, I'm sure. And you're not just hearing voices in your head. Lara is live on the call, just that you won't be able to see her for now, but the replay will be coming soon. Thanks, Simone. You've put neutral, non-judgment, self-love, and, oh, I can't see that, self-forgiveness. Fantastic. So yeah, back to the point. Lara, I just want to say thanks ever so much for sharing your story, why you're here today, and where you are in your life to do this work. And yeah, there are people, I'm sure, at least once, twice in their life where they do feel they've hit like a crossroads crossroads and they don't quite feel themselves and they're like not feeling right. And I know I felt that before. And you would probably, I can only imagine, based on what you've just said, is the first place to start is clearing your chakras, would you say? You know, to have this complete streamlined avenue for source to come through. I had this massive realization just in the last couple of days, actually. I've always been busy by nature as a person. I'm always on the go, and you know, I do work smartly, for example, in my business, because I found that over the years doing busy work in your business doesn't actually produce good results. I've had to learn in my business side of work, in my life, that to be busy is not always good in business. I'm also busy by nature in life. Like, I like to travel and I like to say yes to everything. And I've just realised I'm a bit of a feast or famine type person. And it comes back to this point that you made. When you actually slow down and meditate, right, that's when things start to open up. And for me, I'm like, oh, okay, I'm in this feast famine. I'm starting to feast again, back in my meditation practice every day. And then all of a sudden, when I slow down, it seems like everything what I want to manifest, let's say, speeds up again, you know, because I'm allowing everything to come through. Because the block is your head mostly, isn't it? Like the ego, like you say, is one big package that you're working on all at the same time, really. But your ego just stops everything, it feels like, in order for you to progress forward. So when you're feeling meh, or when you're feeling like not yourself, I mean, out of all the chakras, what would be the first one to start with? Is from the top, where the ego is, to the bottom? Would you suggest from the bottom and then work your way through to the top? What's the practice?
No, I will start from the heart.
Oh, okay.
I will start first from the heart.
Okay, makes sense.
Because the heart is where the soul is sitting.
Okay.
And so from the heart, everything can expand.
Yeah, fair enough.
So like you was explaining about the life rushing about, and so we have the thoughts, and thoughts are energy, emotion is energy. What I do when the person come to me and I feel the chakras where the blockages are, and I have my guides also from the Akashic records. They can tell me where the blockages, if it's coming from the past life experience or the present life experience. And what I do, I clear the energy from the chakras that doesn't help the people to grow. So like, for example, I don't understand why money don't come into my presence, for example. And so it's because we have some energy within our body, mind and spirit that created the blockage. Sometimes we have thoughts we don't know we have in the subconscious mind that is like a programming, and it can say like, oh, you're not good enough to have money, or you're not worth it, or you're not supposed to have money. All these things, or sometimes it's like, oh, look, all the rich people are very selfish, or I don't want to be selfish. So unconsciously in the subconscious mind is creating that you're not supposed to be rich because you don't want to be selfish, and you think that rich people are selfish. So all this chain being created in subconscious mind, and by clearing the chakras and with affirmation, because I ask people, my client, to make affirmation after me to release the energy within the body that make the blockage. Was that clear?
Yeah, fantastic. So let's just say again, someone is just feeling at a crossroads in their life. They don't really feel like themselves. They want to feel like they want to get back to their original version or even a better version. They'll start with their self-love first, from the heart. And then from there, you would then implement that daily meditation practice, because it's a great way. The analogy I always like to use is you're emptying the bin every day. You know, it's like you've got so much stuff going on upstairs. You just need to clear it out every day. That's what meditation, I find anyway, helps me do, because there's a lot of junk that we all carry around. And also when it comes to energy work and clearing your chakras, we carry a lot of stuff in our body, as you obviously very well know, and we can just feel heavy, you know, and we're carrying all this emotional baggage from our childhood, from our stresses in our daily life, and from this, that, whatever, breakup from a relationship. And again, that daily meditation practice, I can only imagine, which is what you're suggesting, and the self-love practices as well, can only just help you just clear out, declutter what your system is currently carrying. And again, it's like implement that daily practice in order to get better results. Because I just think in today's world, if you are grounded in the system of like work, family and commitments and all the rest of it, you know, down to earth 3D stuff, really, it's a distraction from other work, you know, ascending into 5D, let's say. And I mean, again, this realization keeps coming back to me today more so, but have I just been so busy in my life just carrying out what I thought was the purpose in the 3D world? Is that just been one big distraction from the 5D plus more, you know, stuff that I need to be working on? Because again, there's only so much you can carry and it blocks you, right? All this COVID distraction, all this work distraction we all have, all the bills, all the relationships going on around you. It's just stuff, isn't it? It's clutter, and you need to really clear yourself.
Yeah, but you see, we always have a choice on how we see life. If we see life, if it's part of us, then we feel like we are lost in it. But if we detach from it, but we also need to learn how to become detached from the people we love, and detach from our own needs. So because otherwise, if you're looking for happiness, or if you're looking for love, because you keep looking, the universe says, but you keep looking, that means you're not happy. So why should I give you happiness if you keep looking for happiness? It's so weird how everything works. But once you understand the game of life, it's very, very easy.
Yeah, and
it's just, I think we are misleaded.
Yeah, I love how you've put that. It is the game of life. And we're not taught how to play the game of life. We're taught how to be very busy and to become very distracted from playing the actual game of life. You know, most of us are living out a life that has been predetermined, to be in a career for years that you don't quite like, or be in a job that you don't quite like, but you're doing it just for money, just to live. And really, that is not the actual game of life. That's a game of society. That most of us don't really end up enjoying. So it's really, really cool how you describe that, really. You have a fantastic gift.
But also,
sorry, sorry, Lara, you carry on.
No, sorry, I just wanted to say, because there's always something to add. It's a journey. It's not like 1 hour sitting down talking about spirituality. It's everyday journey that brings you where you want it to be, which is already now. But because we are looking for something, is actually we miss the present moment. So that's why it's so important to be in now.
Yeah.
But also because we are so scared of the light, because we've been in the dark and solving problems, solving situations for so long, we are scared to find a solution to be happy, because we don't know how it feels to be there. So the ego, you wanted to protect us in the protective way, and it keep us in the dark.
Yeah. I mean, I think it just depends on like what background you've been sort of brought up in, or spiritual culture or religious culture. But not everyone has these tools and techniques, and it's great that you guys, like people like yourself, you know, coaches, you're sprouting up everywhere to help people, because it's not very common knowledge, is it? Not very common play. I mean, in Southeast Asia, for example, they just love to meditate as part of the culture. But here, it's not so much readily done. It's not readily available. You don't really know how to exactly do it sometimes, and it's just good to have that practice. And some schools are catching up. For example, like the system, some of our children are exposed to such practices, you know, to be mindful in the classroom, to sit and meditate with your school friends. I mean, something that I wasn't exposed to when I was growing up, and that's great, isn't it? I do find your work's very powerful and it's needed. I think we all need to learn to slow down and work on our chakras, our energy system, and definitely tackle the ego. And also you work with negative energies as well. That's a whole different subject. And I'm sure, Lara, we can have another spotlight about negative energy, because I certainly have encountered stuff that I still don't quite understand now. We'll love your expertise on that on another time. But just a quick one on that, if I may. How do you determine what's coming from you as a negative thought, or maybe an external message that's coming through that's negative, and you can't quite, you don't know whether it's part of you, whether it's something else as a negative energy? How do you, differentiate those two?
Well, that is a very interesting question, because when you have an entity or energy that doesn't actually belong to you, is so into your body, you're so used to it, so it's quite harder to understand what is what.
Yeah.
Because like, for example, I used to have my boyfriend, when we just met, I went to his house. Within 2 minutes, I said, I'm sorry, I have to get out of here. And he couldn't understand why. I said, I'm not going to hurt you. So I know you're not going to hurt me, but I can't stay here. And I had to leave the house immediately. And the second time, and again, and I stayed like a few minutes longer. And again, I said, I'm sorry, I need to get out of here. Something that I don't feel good here. And then slowly, I stay longer. It's because my energy adapted to his house. But in that house, a previous tenant killed himself in the house. And his vibration was still in the house, the negativity of that experience. And me being sensitive, I felt that energy. But because we become mish and mush, I didn't. I started to learn not to feel it. I never felt great, but I was able to stay there. But this is the same thing. It's something you can feel it. You feel it in your gut.
Sure.
You feel it in your body. The body is the best messenger you can ever experience.
Yeah, and we're certainly not taught to listen to our body at all. We're certainly not taught to listen to our intuition. And I know in a business standpoint, you've got to go with your gut on a decision that's made in business. So it's a little bit spoken about there, but not so much in the general way of living. We might also feel it in a relationship, go with your gut. If it's a bad relationship, we tend to ignore it because our ego is saying, but you like this person, and they do have other qualities. And we've all been in this situation where you've walked into a room and you can't see anything, however you can feel something. And you have no idea what you can feel, but that that's a negative energy. So again, I can only imagine what you might say from this is that's another reason why we should be working on our energy system, clearing our chakras, and just having a nice clean energy system for us to operate in this 3D world. So then it does become very obvious, if you are a sensitive person, that you need to maybe possibly integrate with that energy there, or maybe just give space from the negative energy. Because like you say, I think personally, going back a few years, and when I used to live in China, I think I was, looking back at it, I was quite consumed with negative entities, which I didn't know about. I just put it down to depression, anxiety, having all this stuff in my head, thinking I've just coiled all my thoughts into a way that's destructive. But maybe, thinking about it, looking back, I was probably consumed with entities I had no idea about. And actually meditation then got me through, thinking it was, I was burnt out and stressed from my own working lifestyle, but really, was I having that as well as the additional issues of negative energy? So it opens up a whole new topic, really, Lara, and you've got a very serious face, and so I know I'm hitting a few home points, which I'm sure you'd love to elaborate on further, but there's a lot of stuff. Just because you can't see what's in front of you doesn't mean
it's not there.
You need to do the work in order to keep yourself clean, as it were, and protected and safe, really, from things that you can't quite see. So always important work what you're doing, clearer those chakras, which is should be on top of everyone's list, I think, especially in today's crowded world with spirits around and stresses and busy lifestyles and stuff. So it's flown by. I mean, I don't want to cut things up. We have to stop things now, unfortunately, but you do have a fantastic gift, Lara. You wanted to offer anyone who's listening right now, or maybe on the recording, this recording will also go out as a live replay link. So for those who are interested in you, Lara, and want to know more about how to clear their chakras, you're offering a chakra reading using the actual Akashic records. Did you want to maybe talk about that in small detail?
Yeah, because when I invoke my guides and I invoke the Akashic Records guide, and I can feel the chakras. And every chakra, like every single human being, so they have blockages, and I can feel it if something is in the present life. Like, for example, I had a client a few days ago. He had a sore throat, and I went to check, and basically he's an artist, but because he had a past life experience where he was he was a woman, and she had a lot of great ideas as a creator. And he made a soul contract within himself that he would never express himself again because he would be suppressed. So because of that, I was able, because thank you to the Akashic Records guides, I was able to see where the problem was coming from, and from there I would do what he needed, cut cord of attachment, break soul contract, and clear energy around the client I was working with to be able to become what he wanted to be. And the sore throat was gone.
Amazing.
Because there's his expression.
Yes. Yeah, very important stuff that you do, like you say, and great story as well there. So how can people who would like to know more get in contact with you? You have a great website. I was on it recently. I saw some fantastic testimonials on there, Lara, so well done. If someone actually would like to know more about you and would like a session with you, how can people do that?
Yeah, they can get through my website or my email, my phone number, anywhere. I'm always available.
Yeah, fantastic. So
if I haven't got a client.
Yeah, fantastic. So the first session will be a tape session, is that right? And then you can move on from there.
They can have like
Okay.
If they want to go more information, we can have a quick meeting and I can give a quick healing and see where he can go.
Yeah, fantastic. That's great. I'll leave your information attached to possibly the replay link that we'll do together, and then we can go from there. But if you do want to reach out to Lara, feel free. It's Lara Loly, right? On your Facebook. Is that your name on the
on Facebook? Loly Lara.
Yeah, it's not Lara Nani. Yeah. So if you do want to message Lara directly, feel free to do that on Facebook, or you can message me and maybe we can have a group thread together, however you want to do it. But Lara's definitely available should you want to reach out and you resonate with Lara's message today. So, but thank you ever so much, Lara. Do you have any closing comments to wrap up today's Friday Soul Central Spotlights?
Whoever is listening to the recording, I send a lot of unconditional love and blessing.
Oh, that's so nice. And I've been in your space a few times, and I just always feel, like fun and giggly around you. It's nice. You've got so much. You just ooze some goodness, and I love your smile as well. You can't help but smile with Lara if you end up working with Lara in some way, shape, or form. So, but again, Lara, thanks so much for your time today. We'll stay online after we end things here, but big love to everyone who's joined today on the live. I know it's a busy time of day, Friday at lunch, but I appreciate you, Martin, Simone, Catherine. And I'll get back to your messages as well. But again, thanks ever so much, Lara. And we'll definitely be in contact. Maybe we can do another spotlight very soon, talking more so maybe about the entities.
Anytime.
Excellent. Sounds good. All right, then we'll end things there. Thanks again, everyone. And yeah, we'll definitely be in contact soon in the Soul Central group about the next Soul Central Spotlight. Lovely. Thank you very much. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
You too.